One Punch Man Chapter 209 of the manga is now out. We're going to discuss and talk about this. We're going to go over it, recap it all, and yeah, let me know your thoughts. So let's get to it. Okay, so we start off here with where we left off last chapter. We have Empty Void with a blade through Blast right now. And he's telling him, you're trying to wake me up. He's saying, you're the one that needs to be wake up. And then we have this beautifully drawn panel of Empty Void. A close-up. Looks freaking incredible. How he says he is heard that he climbed the pro rank of Hero Society and got to the top. And obviously Void is not surprised by this. Now the next panel next to it is, basically Void saying who have you managed to protect, and talking about him having a kid. That Blast has a kid. So, interesting here by Void. And then obviously a Blade's coming. Now we go to the next panel where we have Flash coming in trying to catch Void off guard, who reacts to it and blocks it with his other blade. Now Blast is saying, don't interfere. And this is where Flash says to him, why didn't you target the weakness spot from the start? This is where we learnt in your village, isn't it? Then we go to the next panel, which has this beautiful action sequence going on. Looks incredible, where we have Flash getting slashed here by Empty Void. Then we have Sonic coming in here trying to get Void as well, who then teleports out of there up into his dimension, which is the next panel. So this is him there in his dimension about to slash with a dimensional slash here. He's saying that he's going to destroy them all, get rid of them, kill them, game over. This is it. So he goes in the next panel and sends down his dimensional slash. Now you can see they're all there, prepared for it. There's nothing they can do. Absolutely nothing they can do. But then all of a sudden the blade stops. It just stops at the edge of this forest here. Now they're all shocked. They don't know what's going on. But then we get to the next panel and there's a hand holding the blade. It's none other than Saitama. Saitama has arrived. He has caught the blade with his fingers. He's holding it there. Insane. Then we get to the next panel next to it, which is Blast saying that it's not moving. This isn't moving. Why is my blade not moving? This isn't possible. No one should be able to stop this blade. It cuts through space itself. So he is panicking. So he sends down his other blade. And you can see Saitama at the bottom there getting ready to catch it. Next thing you know, boom. Another one. Saitama catches it. So Saitama is casually catching this dimensional slash. Absolutely crazy. Then you get to the next panel where Saitama is talking about, could this be the guy that was trying to cut up the Hero Society headquarters there? And then he pulls Empty Void out of that dimension, back down to theirs, and slams him into the ground. Absolutely crazy by Saitama there. Then we see Void in the ground there with his outline. And we have Saitama basically saying, ninja swords, and holding it there. Now, I wonder if it's just the swords that are able to do the dimensional slash. Without them, I wonder if Void can do that. I think he can still go into that dimension. I don't know if he can actually do any damage, though, without those swords. So it's going to be interesting now to see him without the swords and how he's going to deal with this fight. So we get to the next one where he comes out of the ground and he talks about, he doesn't have dimensional blades anymore. We get this really, really beautifully drawn panel at the bottom there with all of them coming after Void there. It looks fantastic. Then this is a crazy, crazy thing that Blast does. So we have Blast and he's saying you're not getting away. Now what Blast does is he transfers blood flow and neural signals between the severed parts of his arms. That is crazy. So he is able to use his blood flow and that and send it to his hand that has been cut off so that he can still use it to prepare for this final last resort attack that he's got planned. So then we get this beautiful panel of him, Blast grabbing Void in like this sort of like black hole thing. Look at that artwork. That artwork is sensational. It is sensational. Like flawless. Absolutely flawless. Just imagine what this is going to look like if it ever gets animated. It's going to look freaking incredible. And then we have them coming together, and this is where we notice that this attack, this final last ditch by Blast, is fusing them together. And with this, their biological structures will be torn apart. And Void's like, are you ready to die? Like, are you trying to die? And this is where we then get a conversation with Blast talking about this and how he's going to have to use this as a last resort. And if it does come to that, that they can just use the monster cell separation technology on them if they do fuse together. But if they choose to pick Void's life over his, he will accept that and he understands that. And he does have no problem with that. Very interesting. So then we continue them fusing together, but then the power of light is repelling Blast. So then they separate. And then we get them standing there on the ground looking at each other. And in that instance when they were fusing, Blast and Void's conscious collided and overlapped. And this allowed Blast to reach into the memories of Void. Now, in the next panel, this is where he saw whose hand Void took in the illusion showed to him by the cube. Look at that panel. Just look at that panel. Look who it is. And I believe that's Blast at the bottom there. And then we get to the final panel where we have the close-up of Blast and the close-up of Void. And Blast says Void. I mean, wow. What? I mean, that ending. Look. Saitama may have just like absolutely destroyed Void right then and there. I don't think we've seen everything that Void can do right now. I'm interested to see what he's going to do without those blades now. How is he going to do it? Because I still feel like there's a lot of Void and his powers that we haven't fully got. So I think there's going to be a lot more to come from him. But that ending there, what I really like about this is the dynamic between Blast and Void. There's obviously a lot of history between them. There's a lot of character to them that needs to be unraveled here. And I'm looking forward to the next chapter to see where we go with that dynamic between them. Now that we have Saitama there, he's now got the blades and that. Obviously, he's going to come in, and I think we're going to get the Void Saitama fight any chapter now. But I still think there's so much unresolved stuff with Blast and Void that we don't know yet that I think we're gonna get a lot of. And I think, to me, that is the most interesting part. Like, aside from all the powers and everything like that, down to the characters and the story itself is what I really, really like. And between Blast and Void, they are carrying right now with that. So I'm interested to see where we go moving forward in the next chapter now. Let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. Did you guys enjoy this chapter? What are your thoughts down below? Smash it in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.